Welcome back to another round of playing the Wizards with myself, Saruman versus Radagast. Okay, we are back. We're here back with Saruman's team. We're here in Lorien, and we are going to split up into two different companies: Saruman and the Dunedain, and Theoden and the Men. And I will go ahead and put Halbarad under Saruman, I guess. Don't see why not. And then Boromir will just be under general influence. And, so we'll gambling. And then these, I'm going to bring in Hema. And, so we have now 14 folks under general influence. And, Gambling, Hema, and Boromir, and Theoden are all under general influence, and then Éomer's under Theoden, and Aragorn and Halbarad are under Saruman. And let's see. I think I will. I think I will put two fellowships on this company, even though they have better prowess, generally speaking. They're just the more important company by far. So is there some way I can rearrange these so that it's a little less of a madhouse here? And we're getting near to the end of our deck, our play deck, so I'd love to leave Saruman untapped at the end of this turn. And then he can tap to bring in cards from the sideboard into the discard to get shuffled in once we're at the bottom of the play deck. But yes, hopefully these two fellowships will help us pull that off. If we can keep Halbarad untapped where we're going to get the information, and then I might act, and then this company will have the other fellowship. Just put it like this, and I may actually leave them here. I don't have anything in particular to do, and so I may just leave them here. Okay, so we will. I mean, I could just YOLO. That's a thought. I could just YOLO, but where to? I know we have the Woses of the Druidon Forest faction left in our play deck, so we could try to pull them with Theoden, but take Éomer out from under him. But you have to roll greater than a 9. He only has the 3. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown that Horn of Arnor away after all. But I did, and so I think we'll just stay where we are. We could just move just to get the cards in our hand, but we'll get a lot of new cards in our hand anyway once this company arrives at where they're going. The safest place to go to for information is the Dimrill Dale, so that's where they're going. That company will go there. This company will stay here. Okay, and then and we're off. Okay, so we can only draw one, and our opponent can draw one. Okay, so yeah, here we are. Other side. Let's draw one. Any turns and doublings. Okay, and we they're going through double wilderness to a ruin and lair. So lure of nature is a possibility. No one has any. No one has much corruption because of the two fellowships, but we definitely want to play from the Pits of Angband because. Well, do we? I don't know. We don't even have any. Well, let's think about that. We only want to play it if we have cards in our discard, so I'm going to hold off on that. If we have drakes and dragons in our discard. Okay. So, yeah. We definitely can play the Cave Drake. To what end, though? Let's see. If Halbarad has 2 prowess at the moment, if he taps the shield, he'll have 3 to beat a 10. Yes, and then Boromir's going to have 8 prowess to beat. Everyone else can beat it pretty handily, so... Is it worth tapping Halbarad? They're going to an information site, so I'm sure they want to keep Halbarad untapped so they can... Geez, this is a tough one. I'm not sure. Yeah, 3 to beat a 10 is not that difficult to imagine them pulling off. I do not want to hand them another cave drake. Eesh. Jeez. Okay. Huh. Attacker chooses defender, so we can choose someone they're more likely to want to not untap. Let's do that. Okay, we'll try. We're gonna go for it. Alright, 2 strikes of 10, attacker chooses defender, 2 wilderness required. Alright. The cave drake is key to the actually we're gonna key to the Dimrill Dale, to the site. Okay, and yes, as I said, Halbarad will tap. Oh, so, and they're gonna put the strikes on Saruman and Halbarad. Okay, so Halbarad will tap. Saruman, if he doesn't tap, he's gonna have 5 to beat a 10. Aragorn and Boromir can tap to help that. So we still have to face the automatic attack as well, but that's a little bit more manageable. But we don't know what else is in store, so this could be a bait. Yeah, huh. Let's do this. Let's tap with Boromir, and let's tap Boromir to support Saruman, but Saruman is not going to tap. Whew, this could be a big mistake, but Halbarad is going to tap. Okay, let's keep him alive. And if we must, we will... He'll still be untapped at the beginning of the next turn. We'll stay another turn. Okay? Okay, so Halbarad has 3 to beat a 10. And he rolls a 7. Okay, so the strike is ineffectual. And now Saruman has... I just said 5... What? Yeah, 5, 6 to beat a 10. No, 5... 5, 6 to beat a 10. And he rolls a 5. Okay. So he beats his strike, but Halbarad's was ineffective, so the card is discarded. Okay, now we have a Drake in our discard, so we can play from the Pits of Angband. And we just need to remember to pull that out at the end of the turn, at the end of their turn. And then we will... If we play this Lure of Nature, they're going to have to make 2 corruption checks. Now, we'll just be hoping for Snake Eyes, but not very likely. We could see what they do on the way out. They're probably going back to Lorien, so maybe they'll be... I'm trying to think, yeah. Maybe... Saruman may have, whatever they're going to pull, I can imagine it's Andúril. It's going to provide an extra corruption point. So that might be a better thing to play on them on the way out. So they've arrived, and we draw our hand back up to, ooh, Cave Drake, hello. Okay, nice. The Woses of the Druidon, haha, minions stir. And Uruk Lieutenant. Okay. Alright. We might be able to do something to them. We'll see. Okay, but we've arrived at the Dimrill Dale. Okay, and we've drawn back up. Okay. And now it's Theoden's turn, and they can choose to play something on us if they want, and they don't. No one draws, so we're now on the site phase. Okay, we're at the Dimrill Dale. Aragorn is going to tap to face the automatic attack. He only loses on a Snake Eyes. 5, and then Saruman will tap to play Andúril. Okay, and we did not get a chance to tap Saruman to pull from the sideboard, so that's unfortunate. Okay, and that's the end of. Oh, and then we're at the end of turn phase, and we can discard one. I don't think we will, and we'll draw. Well, we could discard the Woses. Well, I don't know. Let's not. Okay, we'll draw up. Ooh, okay. All of a sudden, we're seeing some orcs. Maybe we can do something after all. Other side. I think I'm going to discard this one. Cockcrows. Okay. All right, and that's the end of their turn. So now we're back over here. We are in Lorien, and we have a nice big fellowship. We have some things to do. We could go pick up the Valiant Sword. We could go get the Noble Hound. I would like. We put some of these factions in. We did. I would like to go get this Valiant Sword. That means going to a Horde site, though. A major weapon Horde site. Oh, I haven't returned these to my location deck. Orvir Hollow is jumped out at me. It's a great place to go for major items, major Horde items. So, and this Valiant Sword, who do we want to get this sword? That's just something to think about. Do we want to swap anything around? Okay, yeah, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, by the way, it was the end of their turn, so I'm going to put the Cave Drake back in and shuffle. Okay, so yeah, do we want to move anybody around? Radagast is, I think this is great. This is good. Radagast 7, 9. He could actually put more people under him. We're not going to pick up any factions, so I could actually put. I mean, this is maybe overkill. Let's see. He's got 15. So 13, 14, 15. We could put Gimli and Bjorn. I'm gonna have one of these deals where it's, yeah. I could put Gimli and Bjorn. I could put Anborn under Erkenbrand and Gimli and Bjorn under. And now we are using up a measly 8 general influence. Okay, and we've got our fellowship in full effect. And so, yes, now I think this is the good setup. This is a good setup, and we're in great shape. So now let's head off to Orvir Hollow. We're leaving from a haven. We're going to a ruin and lair in the Grey Mountain Narrows. The site path is wilderness, borderlands, shadowlands. We draw 1, and our opponent. Well, we could draw 2, and because of the wilderness, and our opponent can draw 2. Okay, Dragon Sickness, and Dragon's Desolation. Other side. Okay. Another minion stir. And Orc Warband. All right. So they have 1, 2, 3. I think they have the well, they're getting close to the maximum limit of fellowship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. So we definitely want to play minion stir. That's for sure. And then please tell me we can do some damage here. Okay. We cannot play hobgoblins. They're not going through double wilderness. So hobgoblins not in the cards, believe it or not. And then Uruk Lieutenant receives +3 prowess if you've already faced, and then Orc Lieutenant receives if played after the already face. So the Orc Lieutenant would be, let's see, these two are not going to get used. So we're going to want Orc Lieutenant last, something like this. It's going to be ideal. Now the 4 strikes of 6 becomes Doors of Night is not in play, so the number of strikes and prowess increased by 1. So the 5 strikes of 7. 5 strikes of 7. Yeah. I am... I'm sort of thinking that they want to leave Anborn untapped, but I don't think that's going to keep them from doing what they want to do. They can just pass the sword later. Boy, 5 strikes of 7 still doesn't quite cut it. However, now's our time. Now's the chance. We've got all these cards. I think even if we end up giving them a marshalling point, we need to do some damage to them. Otherwise, they're just going to run roughshod. Okay, so I think the play is the Raiders first, and then this is a long event, so it doesn't discard it if the attack is defeated. So I think we just go for it. All right, 5 strikes of 7, and then we've got much more where that came from. Let's see how they deal with that. We can take that on fairly easily. We do have the option to cancel an orc attack with Dark Quarrels. Is this the attack we want to cancel? Huh. I'm not sure. Dark Quarrels. Take out that Raider. Let's see. We know they can play 5 cards on. So Minion Stir was 1, Orc Raiders is 2. They think they can do 3 more after this, but we know they can only do 2 more after this, thanks to many turns and doublings. So, do we think this is the worst of it? We're going to put it on Anborn unless we tap 5 people. So maybe we do cancel this one. 5 is a big number. It's annoying just to have to tap 5 people. If we don't, let's say we didn't tap Peeth, for example, or who's the weakest of the bunch. Yeah, let's say we didn't tap Peeth. She will have 6 to beat a 7. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty strong. They're gonna, if we don't tap everyone, they're gonna put them on. Yeah, they're gonna put them on Anborn. Anyway, so I think we give up trying to leave Anborn untapped, and we just tap the guy, and someone else will play the sword, and we'll hand it off to him later. Okay, so we are going to. He's not even a warrior. Weapon, warrior only. So the body modification, the body +1 is for warriors, but the sword in general can be used by anyone. So, okay, so that would still be fine for him. But in the meantime, okay, if Anborn taps, I'm going to assume there may be something nastier coming. So, if Anborn taps, and then no one else will tap. I think I will. So Anborn taps. He's going to have 4 to beat a 6. Yeah, I think we're going to leave the Black Arrow untapped as well. That might be silly, but we can always use it on. Does it have to be? Yeah, we could use this on the automatic attack. All right, so Anborn will tap. Everyone else is not going to tap, so my opponent can choose where to place those strikes. And they will just hope for some snake eyes or something and go ahead and put them on the most important characters. So Radagast, Bjorn, Gimli, and Erkenbrand. And Anborn will tap. Okay, and let's see how this shakes out. Radagast, untapped, has 8, 9, 10, 7. He rolls a 6, okay. Bjorn has 9. He rolls a 5. Gimli has some ridiculous amount. He rolls a 9. Okay. Erkenbrand has 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah. It rolled funny. It rolls a 7. Okay, and Anborn has 4. And he rolls a 7. All right, so we killed some orc raiders. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Okay, so this orc warband, it's 5 strikes of 7 if they've already faced an orc attack, and with minion stir, that's 6 strikes of 8. That's pretty good. 6 strikes of 8. Okay, and 6 strikes of 8. Yeah, that's where I start to get a little worried for old Anborn. He's already tapped, so he'd be like 3 to beat an 8. Not the best odds. So I'm going to play Dark Quarrels, and we'll just cancel that. Those orcs, they're always fussing amongst themselves. Fussing and a fighting. Okay, and so that's 1, 2... Yeah, Minion Stir, Orc Raiders, Orc Warband, that's 3. And now we're going to play the Uruk Lieutenant. And he is 1 strike of 9. If they've already faced an orc, he becomes 1 strike of 12. So with Minion Stir, that's 2 strikes of 13. 2 strikes of 13. Now we're talking. Okay, 2 strikes of 13. We will have to face the 2 strikes of 13. Okay. I think we just tap to face these. And who's got the most against orcs? Let's see. He's got Radagast has 10 prowess. Oh, and I could tap the black arrow to give -1 prowess. So that brings it back down to 2 strikes of 12. Okay, and then is that what I want to do? 2 strike, or I could save it for the let's see. I am going to leave that option open. Let's see. Who's the best against orcs? Erkenbrand has let's see. 9, 10, 11. Okay, so but 10 is the max on Orcrist. So 10 against orcs. So 10 to beat a 12 or 13. That's pretty good. And then Gimli has what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 against 9. Okay, so the sword doesn't really do anything. But if he taps, he has 9 to beat 12 or 13. 9 to beat 12 or 13. Is it worth... I think I will tap that. No. Maybe I shouldn't. This dragon is more scary because nobody has buffs to dragons. Okay, so... yeah, so I'm not going to tap. So Gimli has... I know I'm being very cautious, but I just don't want to lose this fellowship. We've got to be a little cautious here. Okay, so Gimli has 9. Oh, wait. I am tapping the... No, I'm not. I'm not tapping. It's 9 to beat a 13. Okay, he rolls a 6. Okay. And then Erkenbrand, 10 to beat a 13. And he rolls a 9. Okay. So we killed an Uruk Lieutenant. Very nice. Okay. And now my opponent thinks he can play 1 more on me, but he cannot. So we're going to play many turns and doublings. And that reduces our hazard limit by 1. And so now we have arrived at the site. Lorien goes back over here. We're in Orvir Hollow. We draw risky blow. Okay, we need to shuffle. Okay, as much as I would like to put some buff cards like Enforthy Hastened into my deck, I really need to make up the point difference, or I need to make up some ground. I need to get a lead. And they are about, now with Radagast going, they're going to really move through their hand quickly. So we got to play smart. So I'm just going to put cards that are worth points in here. And so Quick Beam, the Palantir of Minas Tirith, and then 3 Southern Factions. And we're going to go stick these into the play deck and shuffle. We've removed the sight cards from the discard, and we're going to shuffle. Okay. Horns. I'll tell you what. Oh my gosh. So this card lets you remove all the factions from your discard and shuffle them back into the play deck. I've managed to pull it at the earliest possible moment. Both go-throughs on this play deck. So it can be really great, but it's the kind of card you want to see at the near the end of the play deck when you decided you didn't want to keep factions in your hand unnecessarily when they were there at inopportune times. So yeah, really irritating to pull this so early both times, both go rounds. Okay, just completely not helpful. But what it does mean is I could depending on what comes up next, I could just go out and try and get the Woses with Theoden, and then if we don't get them, we'll bring them back into our hand and try again. That's the only good thing I can say about that. Other than that, it's just annoying. Okay, but we've drawn back up, so they're back to the other side. Yes, we are at Orvir Hollow. We will enter the site, and I will face the automatic attack with Bjorn. He's also going to tap the black arrow to bring that down to one strike of 11. And he has a prowess of 9. So he rolls a 10. Fantastic. And then Peath is going to tap to bring in the Valiant Sword. Okay. Tap the site to bring in the Valiant Sword. And we're at the end of turn. And so we can discard one if we want. I think we'll discard Gates of Morning. I mean, they could play Doors of Night at any moment, but that's not good enough reason for me. I think, yeah, I want to focus on offense a little. So let's play, offense against them. Alone and Unadvised. And Lure of Expedience. All right, that looks pretty good. Other side. I think I'm going to discard Risky Blow. Redoubled Force. Okay. And that's the end of the turn. Or that's the end of the round.